post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
It's Monday. Not sure how you did it, but you actually survived an entire 2 days without hearing from Tom. Good job to you. And once again, good luck.
It's not Monday. It's a Life South rewind from Monday. And back to the program. With Tom Schmitz, Galen Unall on the phone with us from Life South. Galen, I don't know how to take what these things Dan makes. One, he tells everybody that as a fat guy, I can eat my weight in pickles twice.
Yes.
And then he says...
Oh, no, you have.
I have, yeah, exactly. And then he comes with this one and says... You've survived 2 days without hearing from Tom. Good job and good luck. What the hell does that mean?
Well, I think it's appropriate.
Of course you would.
I mean, we're listening to, and I put myself in the same category. I tell people all the time, listen to me at your own risk. Well,
that is a very good point. I'll give you that. Hey, I had somebody ask me this weekend, when's Galen going to be back in studio? I said, I hope never. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest. Then they asked me if you were going to do high school football again. I said, I'm pretty sure he is.
Yeah, I plan to. I got to find another play-by-play guy because, John, the troll is only going to be able to come to the non-Bellevue home games or something.
Well, I know a pretty good.
Bellevue High School.
I know a pretty good color guy, but not a play-by-play
I'd
guy.
love to have you. Well, I'll do play-by-play.
I know a good color guy.
Yeah.
I know a good color guy.
I'd love to have him.
He did it for 5 years with Tom James.
I'd love to have you.
Some guy named Tom Schmitz.
If you're in,
he's just around. You know what I mean?
If you want to do it, I'm all in, man.
I am. Look,
you know me.
Anytime I can get in this press box, complain about the officials, and tell you how bad Brady Ackerman is, I'm all for it.
Well, we're not doing Bellevue games. We're going to be doing Westport games, but you can still complain about
how bad Brady Ackerman is. Exactly.
Now, the schedule, I will tell you, the Westport schedule is going to be fun. Week 2, they've got Vanguard. They play Forest again this year, but they're traveling all over the state, basically. They're playing some really
Wait, is my travel covered?
You could ride in the car with me, and I'll buy you something at the stadium. Yeah.
As long as I get some boiled peanuts and a Gatorade at the stadium, I'm in good shape.
Done.
Good shape.
Done deal.
Hey, so we talked recently about you thought that it wasn't that bad of an idea, wasn't that big of a deal, and I thought it was taking a spot from somebody that might have been able to deserve to be at the Olympic trials instead of NFL wide receiver DK Metcalf. I mean, he held his own. He didn't finish dead last. He finished 15th out of 18 runners. He ran a 10.37, and that's the first time he's run a 100-yard dash out of the blocks since a senior in high school. So I guess, if he finished 15th out of 18th, that means he was one of the top 15 people there. So he didn't take the last spot from somebody. So as much as it pains me to say this, I guess you were right, Galen.
Well, and here's the thing, because I did see this story, because somebody else said the same thing, and I'm not a big believer in that. So he was faster than 3 other dudes.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you've been around track and field, but that is all technique and getting out of the blocks and the way you rise your body up. I've been when I worked at TV 20 briefly. I covered the track and field, and one of the things they would train. They would never run a full distance in a day.
No.
All they would do is train different segments, right? One of the things they would practice is getting out of the block where you don't lift your head too fast. So, and they would do that every single day. And so I'm sure DK didn't have that kind of training all through college, and he could probably shave 0.2 to maybe even 0.5 of a second off of his time with the right training.
Well, I texted a friend of mine who was in the Olympics as a sprinter. He ran at the University of Florida. We did comedy together. Hollywood and I did comedy together. And I texted him. He ran at the University of Florida. He was on the U.S. Olympic team, the relay team that won the gold medal. And so I texted him and went, 10.37, could that be a block issue? And he said exactly what you said. He said, a man who isn't used to training and isn't used to the blocks and everything, it can make between 0.2 and 0.4 of a difference. So that's the difference between running a 10.37 and a 9.97. A 9.97 gets him in the finals.
Absolutely. And so, again, I mean, and also his muscles are different, right? I mean, he'd probably have to lose 10 pounds, 12 pounds.
He is 6'4", 235.
Yeah, but his ideal sprinter is probably a little less than that.
Probably 220, 215.
Yeah, and where you carry that muscle is completely different. Your upper body isn't nearly as it's
no, your legs are bigger. You're more lean in your body, whole body.
And your core is shaped different.
Now,
whereas you may want a little more mass. But again, I'm sorry that kid that's world class speed. We can all agree with that. And the fact that he can just say, yeah, I'd like to give it a shot. That's just somebody who could. If you said, all right, we're going to play basketball tomorrow, he would beat you. He would be, you know what I mean? He could probably be he could probably play in the NBA if he committed.
Okay.
There's some people just have that God-given talent.
Let me go on record. Let me go on record as saying, first off, two guys like you and I, who couldn't beat our way out of a wet paper bag with a rip down the center in a track and field competition, are sitting here discussing speed. And let me also say for the record, you said DK Metcalf would beat me in basketball. You would beat me in basketball, Galen, so that's not really that big of an accomplishment.
No, but again, in the Olympics, I always wonder why we've never won an Olympic medal in certain sports, right? Like handball. If somebody said, let's say Bill Gates' wife, because she seems to have a lot of money. If Bill Gates' wife said, look, I'm going to give you, $25 million to develop handball in the United States, I could win a gold medal in 4 years in handball. Right? I could. I would just go out and recruit the DK Metcalfs of the world and pay them.
Well,
we're going to learn how to play handball.
That's the old adage that people say, with the talent pool in the United States, the fact that the United States does not do well in the World Cup, the world's largest sporting event, is amazing.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, it's not amazing to me. The talent pool at 12 or 13 decides soccer is no longer their focus. They start to play baseball, basketball, and football. And so you don't get look, if LeBron James had wanted to play soccer, he'd have been really good at it. If Michael Jordan had wanted to play soccer, he'd have been really good at it. But they chose other sports. And that's like handball. The greatest athletes in this country aren't playing handball, pal. It's three people in their 50s and on top of the world.
Absolutely right. Well, and I've always said that if the Sports Illustrated swimsuit models all decided, what I need in my life is the best world handball player. That sounds really bad. In the world, right? That's who I want to marry. Maybe you'd have more handball players, but they all date baseball players. And by the way, hockey players' wives
stellar. Stellar.
If you rank them, it would probably be hockey,
oh, they're first.
Baseball, golf, football. Because the football career, you got a whole bunch of the big ugly linemen, and so they really dilute the talent pool. So,
but yeah, you're right. The strongest husband and wife teams and fiance girlfriend teams and boyfriends is hockey, without a doubt. But you don't forget, Justin Verlander's got the best looking wife in the world. Tell me I'm wrong. Uh-oh, did we lose Galen, I think we may have lost Galen, He goes through that area on the way to Gainesville where he just disappears from us. So I don't know. He's here. He's not here. Galen, are you there? We've lost him. Well, we're talking, about hockey players and their wives. By the way, unequaled, the talent of I think we lost Galen.
Did you hear me?
Oh, there you are, Galen.
All right, I
All right.
came through. I made it through.
You made it through the vortex.
Yeah. That's right.
But
yeah, there's no doubt.
Kate Upton.
All
Kate
you have to do
Upton.
is
Yeah.
just look at the sneaked photos that were on her phone. Woo!
Kate
And
Upton.
for any of her Sports Illustrated swimsuit issues. Fantastic.
Well, hockey on the whole has the strongest relationship together with their wives and husbands. Kate Upton, Justin Verlander's at the top of the mountain. If you're putting a Mount Rushmore of athletes and their wives, Justin Verlander's there.
All right.
I'm just saying.
Oh,
Speaking
yeah,
of,
hey, I'm gonna put DJ up there from the.
Oh yeah, he's got Wayne Gretzky's daughter.
Gretzky.
You can't go wrong there either. And he's got a dad who told him, either cocaine or my daughter, you decide. But if it comes up again, I'm going to make the decision. And remember, I'm a hockey player.
Yeah, and well, kind of. I mean, he just skated around and scored all the damn time. He had Marty McSorley.
He did have Marley McSorley. And but he is the greatest hockey player ever. And when he threatens you, you either get in line or you break up with his daughter. And DJ didn't break up with his daughter. So, speaking of...
You could put Tom Brady's Giselle on the Mount Rushmore, and you'd be hard-pressed to find an argument for that one.
So now we got a golfer, football, and baseball.
Yeah.
And then and hockey, what's Carrie Underwood's husband? Isn't he a hockey player?
Yeah, he is.
There you go.
He is.
So there you go.
Yeah. I mean, it's again. Yeah, but hockey across the board, they're all 8s and 9s.
All
right?
of them.
In the NFL, you get some 6s and 7s. Baseball, they're all solid 7s.
And see, here's the question I don't understand. With that being said, two dopes like you and I got 10s. How'd that work out?
Hey-oh, that's right.
How'd that work out?
Man, I've been married almost 24 years in a week.
We have no athletic ability whatsoever past our, high school. Well, I played college, but still. We got no athletic ability really at our age now.
I played a year of college baseball.
I mean, you went and practiced and played catch, let's be honest.
I was on the All-Navy Asian Pacific softball team.
Well, somebody goes, how'd you do in college? I was the wedge buster, okay? I don't want to sugarcoat it.
That's right.
My job was to run down and just bust open a wedge, which now is illegal. So I wouldn't even be able to play college football now because the wedge is illegal.
There you go. Hey, I will say that singers and actors tend to do pretty well too. Their relationships just don't last very long.
Why are all these things predicated by money, I wonder?
I don't know. I don't know, but then you look at like Bezos and Gates, their wives stay with them forever.
Bill Gates' wife is done.
Wow. Well, did you see? I read the article, and apparently she found out that Gates was on Epstein's plane, and I guess that was a bridge. That was
the bridge too far there.
He had his mistress living in their house.
When you got that much money, you get away with. When you got that much money, you get away with a lot of things.
No prenup.
Although somebody told me at Bill's age it may be Microsoft. It may be. You never know.
Hey-o.
You never know. We're going to take a time out. We'll be right back with Galen Udall, 1370 AM 90. That was 30 minutes from Monday with Galen Udall and myself. Galen had an appointment today at Life South where he had to be in a meeting early, so he wasn't able to join us. But just give you a little taste of what Galen and I do on a regular basis. Please go give the gift of life and donate blood. They're very low, always on blood. The the Life South main office right there across from the two big banks at the corner of 16th and Silver Springs Boulevard, East Silver Springs Boulevard. So go check them out. Give the gift of life, give blood. Life South, Galen Unos, always brought to you by Penn Flooring, the good folks at Penn Flooring, and Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Services. We're going to take a time out. When we come back, it'll just be me. We're going to talk about the Preakness. That coming up next, right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
In today's Ag News from Southeast AgNet, an update on trade with the new administration. More after this.
Are you looking for something that's unusual or hard to find? You might just find it at HiBid.com. It's the online auction site for, well, just about anything. HiBid.com has estate sales, closeouts, liquidations, and even government-seized vehicle auctions. It's easy to bid on office furniture, antiques, sports memorabilia, restaurant equipment, motorboats, and even arcade games. You can search for items by name or simply see where the next page takes you. Visit HiBid.com, that's HIBID.com, and find what you're looking for today.
Hey, I'm Rodeo Clown J.J. Harrison. Now, if you've ever seen me in the arena, you know I like to have fun and take chances. But I also take safety very seriously, because rodeo clowning can be dangerous, but so can farming and ranching. Never assume location of depth of underground utilities or pipelines. Before you start work, always call 811 or visit clickbeforeyoudig.com. It only takes a minute, and it can save your life.
Always call 811 or visit clickbeforeyoudig.com before you start work. A message from the Pipeline Operators for Ag Safety campaign.
Trade will be a topic on Capitol Hill this week, and Dave Salmonson, American Farm Bureau Federation's Senior Congressional Relations Director, says he's keeping an eye on trade updates with China during the Senate Finance Committee and the House Ways and Means Committee this week.